Hey y'all, I wanted to get on and talk about my currently inked for September of 2024. I had 10 pens inked, not including my ones that are permanently inked. I don't include those in the currently inked. I also have one that's on its last leg. It has a dab of ink left in it, but I really truly like to run my inks dry, so I did not include that one in this one either. But these are the inks that I did have inked, and I didn't find this one, so I thought I had put it away. So I thought I ran it dry, but I didn't remember running it dry. So I had to go and look in my pen case and check it out, and I didn't have it. This is the Estabrook Botanical Gardens, and it is inked with storied blue. And I hate that I had put it away because I probably would have been further along on emptying this one. But the reason why I put storied blue in there is because of these little blue specks that they have throughout the body of the pen. This is 10 pens. I want to stick with 10, but I have 2 pens that I want to ink this month. One of them is a certain ink. There was actually 3, but I put the other one back and went with the 2. So I'm gonna have to figure out which one of these pens have the least ink in it, or if they are if I can just empty the ink out of it, because I typically don't do that. I run my pens dry. I like to run my pens dry. The ones that I'm not enjoying so much are these, and I think it's all because they are of the same color family, and I would like something different, so I'm not enjoying those as much. And then one of these, I believe it's this one. It's this one or this one. It writes lighter, and maybe it's this one, than what I would like. But that is the Twisby Cream Rose Gold. So that is this one. And you can see he is actually almost empty. He's right here. If it was down here, I probably would go ahead and just flush it out. So we'll see, because this might be the one that's gonna go, because I think that's the one I'm enjoying the least. And then my Twisby Eco Pastel in Pink Extra Fine Private Reserve Rose Red Rose Rage. That one, I don't really write with it. I put the pink ink in there because I had it, so I still have a little ways to go in there, but it is a good accent color or something like that, so I'll probably leave it. This Twisby Dark Sapphire with the Monteverde Jungle Collection Zebra. Really love that ink. It's a beautiful dark deep blue. However, it feathers. And I have quite a bit left in it. You can't hardly see it. You can see how thick it is. It's sticking to the window of the Eco. But it is, let's see if I can get a good gauge for you all. Yeah, it's sticking to the window quite a bit. It looks to be somewhere right off the ground up in here. I'll see if I can just leave it pointing down and see if we can get something by the time this video is over. And then this Hungdian A9 blue, I don't know how you say that, M-O-I-R-E, Moire, I don't know. It's a fine nib with an ebonite feed, and it was inked with Diamond Prussian Blue. That is one of the ones that I actually wrote dry, and it's an extra big nib. I think it's a number 8 nib, and I love the combination with these two. I do feel like it ran out really quickly, but maybe I couldn't remember how far I filled it, because I know I filled this one on a whim. Um, and I'm completely out, and I actually need to wash this one out. So I'm gonna set that one aside so that it can get washed out after this video. So I really enjoyed these two, though. At first, what was happening with it? Was it? I don't. Yeah, it seemed like it was skipping, but it ended up being okay. I like that ink. It has lots of shading to it. I know people say that the which one is similar to it? It's another one that's very similar to it. This Diamond, but I felt like this one had more shading to it than that one. But they thought that the other one had more shading. Can't think of the name of that ink right now. Let's see if I can find it right quick for you all. But I really, really like that. It's a diamond too. It's not denim, I don't think. Let's see if I can find it. Prussian blue and indigo. Indigo. So that is indigo. And this is Prussian blue. And they say that the indigo has more shading. Now, I haven't inked this pen, so I put this pen in this ink in a pen, so I can't say that for sure, but I definitely did see shading on this one. And I actually like this color better than I like the indigo. The indigo is more blue. This one has a lot more gray undertones to it. So, yeah. What else? The Hungdian M2. That is the Army Green body, which is this one. And it's inked with Noodler's L. Lawrence. I love, love, love this combination. I know people be giving Noodlers a hard time, but yeah, a couple of the Noodlers inks that I have inked right now have been, yeah, doing it for me. So yeah. And then the Monteverde Trees of the World, Avenue of Baobab. So I love this ink. However, it's a very wet ink, I think. I think that's what the issue is. Also, this is a medium nib, and so it seems to feather quite a bit. So I want to try this with another ink in it, something drier. So maybe Ledete. I haven't never put that in this pen, so maybe I'll try that next time that I use this pen. But the nib on this pen is phenomenal. I was very upset with this pen because I kept getting hard stops, and one of my Twisby swipe caps cracked, and I got a replacement for it. So I took the inner cap out of that one and put it in here, and I haven't had any hard stops since. And that's really a shame, because this is such a nice pen, and it's not on a what I would call it's over $50, or at least at that time. So to me, if you have a pen that cost as much as this one did, it should have an inner cap, and it's unfortunate that it did not. So but it is a medium nib, and I usually do typically go for fine nibs, because I have one, now two medium nib. No, I have a couple now, because I have some from like Hongdian or Asvine or Jinhao. But I typically go for fine nibs. The reason why I chose a medium nib in this one, and the reason why, is because I have a pocket pen from it that I thought was a fine nib, and it ended up being a extra fine. And I found it out after I had purchased this pen, because I thought that was the problem, was that it was a fine nib. So I ended up going up one, and I wasn't actually going up one, I was going up two. So yeah. And then this is the Jinhao 9016. This is the 9016. I don't think I've ever written with my 9019 yet, but I have. Do I have a 9013? I think I have one of each. And this is inked with Three Kings by Diamond. Lovely writer. Not much to say on it. I'm having a good experience. I do like that they have the larger converters on these. The 13 does not. I think it's a regular converter. What else? And then my Just Turnings Brooks Unicorn Horn. So that is one of the ones I was going to use my what is it by? This is it. A unicorn horn. But there's I just ordered another unicorn horn. Ooh, and it had the amount of pink that I was looking for in it. Why can't I remember where I got it from? Oh my gosh. But anyway, I have another one, and that is the one that I was going to ink up with Nuteless Burgundy, because during my 30 inks 30 days, when I inked that ink, it felt really good to the hand, so I wanted to ink it up. Well, it felt really good when I was using the dip pen, so I wanted to ink it up and see what it was all about. But I'm not going to do that right now because I have two other pens that I want to ink for October's currently inked. I think I talked about this, that, and then my last one that I have inked is my Twisby Saffron, inked with KWZ Old Gold. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I enjoy the smell of this ink. So, yeah, I will probably have some type of KWZ in all of my rotations, because when I get to this pen, I be so happy just because of the smell of the ink. I know it doesn't last, and that's fine. Just when you're writing with it, I love the smell of it, so I'm happy with that. I think that is it. Yes, that is. Those are all of my currently inked September 2024s. I'm trying to keep it to 10 pens because at one time I had about 15 or 14 pens inked, and I don't want to go that high again because it takes me too long to use my ink so that I can switch off to another pen. I have been emptying my pens over the last few months quite well, and I finally got it down to the 10, so I want to keep it at 10. So one of these is gonna have to go. I just don't know which one yet. I'm gonna look to see which one has more the least ink in there, and make a conscious effort to write with it more, so that when I'm ready to do my currently inked for for October 2024, I can ink 2 pens up and keep it still at 10 in the rotation. So that was my review of currently inked September 2024. Y'all have a good one.